Hi, David Stark, is
Yeah.
it? Hi, my name's James. I'm a reporter for the national newspaper. You're listed as the election agent for a couple of the candidates for reform,
Yes.
as I'm sure you're aware.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, I had a couple of questions about them. I just suppose you'd have a spare second.
Top.
There's Helen Burns, Jonathan Walmsley, Morag McRae, Fiona McRae. It's my understanding that, well, they obviously stood for reform.
They're paper candidates.
They're
Yes.
paper candidates, yeah.
Yes.
Have they stepped foot in Glasgow before?
I don't know.
Hello, James Walker here, reporter for The National, and today I'm on the hunt for Reform UK's ghost candidates in Glasgow. There's been a lot of speculation on social media the last couple of days. Why? Well, it was aided by an AI-generated flyer, which led to people looking into a lot of the Reform UK candidates at the general election. A lot of people kind of realised that a lot of the candidates that they stood had basically no bio, they had very little digital footprint, and a lot of people just asked, are they actually real? We decided today to go out and find out about the three candidates in Glasgow who are so-called ghost candidates. Follow us along. Now, in Glasgow, there are two ghost candidates for reform that I'm particularly interested in. One of them is Helen Burns. She stood in Glasgow North, amassing over 1,600 votes. She didn't even appear at the count. The other candidate that I'm interested in is Morag McRae. But when you do stand in a general election, there are some documents that do need to be filled out. So we went on the council website and found that while there wasn't an exact address for the Burns and the McRaes, Helen Burns apparently lives in northwest Leicestershire, whereas the McRaes live in South Derbyshire, obviously down in England. So you might be wondering why I'm in Pollokshields in the south side of Glasgow. I'm here on 4th Street, and I'm outside what I understand is several offices, one of which is actually the Albert office, and then the other door, I assume, is where the election agent is. Quite the entrance, I must say. So I have just knocked on the door behind me, not the Albert one, the other one, and there's no answer. So it's on to the next lead. So I'm now in a cab on my way to another address. The address was listed in Cumbernauld, so we're on our way there now to see whether we can speak to them.
Hi, David Stark. So I just wanted to ask, because obviously you're listed as the election agent for a couple of the candidates for reform,
Yes.
as I'm sure you're aware.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, I had a couple of questions about them. I just suppose you'd have a spare second. It's my understanding that, well, they obviously stood for reform.
They're paper candidates.
They're
Yes.
paper candidates, yeah.
Yes.
Have they stepped foot in Glasgow before?
I don't know. But they're paper candidates.
Yeah, they're paper candidates. So have you ever met them?
No.
No. And I mean, do you think that we should be standing candidates that no one knows anything about?
They've got votes. That give people a chance to vote reform.
Yeah, no, of course, but at the same token, people should at least have, like, there's no bio, there's no photo.
Listen,
Do you think people should know that?
We had 2 weeks to organise 57 candidates in Scotland. Inevitably, some of them were paper candidates. Various people we'd chosen were away on holiday or away in business, and we had to substitute other people. And that's just what happens. I'm sure other parties have done the same thing.
So you haven't met Helen Burns, Morag McRae, Fiona McRae, Jonathan Walmsley, you haven't met any of them?
There's 4 of them who were paper candidates who were chosen at the last minute because we wanted to fill every seat in Scotland to give people the chance to vote reform, and quite a number of people have done that.